What's up, guys? This is another episode of the Room for Sports podcast with your host, Daniel Buyaba. The NBA playoffs has come upon us, and we got the two playing games tomorrow, Friday, and while the 7-8 games, the 7 seed actually has been clinched already from both sides. And from the West side, the 7 seed have clinched was the Los Angeles Lakers. And the eighth seed game will be the Pelicans, New Orleans Pelicans versus the Sacramento Kings. And while on the east side, we have the Philadelphia 76ers as the 7 seed in the 8-9 game, Miami Heat versus Chicago Bulls. So let's talk about those games. So we got the Lakers and the Pelicans game. I had predicted the Lakers would win by 15 plus, but the Pelicans came out and showed some heart. Zion was balling, 40 points, getting to the basket at ease, showing why he was the number one pick, showing why he should be the face of the NBA when it's time. But in the fourth quarter, 3 minutes left, he hurts his leg after scoring his 40th point. That has to suck, bro. That has to suck for Zion because he was having a great game. He was getting everything with ease. It was probably like his best career game. Had 20 points in the first half and ended with 40. So he had 20 in each half. And then to go out like that is pretty crazy, pretty wild. Pretty wild. And, I thought he should have just gutted it out, knowing if it was a bad injury, then he left it all out, played the last 3 minutes and gutted it all out. But, he couldn't. And now they're playing in that eighth seed game, which he would not be playing because it seems to be that he has a hamstring injury. Now he'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks, and probably like this season will be done by then for them. Because I feel like if they were to win, they wouldn't even push the Thunder. Actually, they wouldn't push the Thunder to. Nah, I don't know. They could push them to 6 games. Without Zion, though, that would be pretty wild to push the Thunder to 6 games. And I don't know. But I was right about the Lakers winning, of course. The 8 and 9 games. The Pelicans will be playing the Kings. The 9-10 game was the Warriors versus the Kings. The Warriors lost by 20 plus. Sucks to see that, man. I was rooting for the Warriors. Sad to see them lose like that. Klay Thompson ended the game with 0 points, 0 for 10 shooting. And everybody's questioning, is that Klay Thompson's last game? Is that the dynasty over? Is Draymond coming back? Curry needs help, all that in the news. And, you can't be at the top forever, like Steve Kerr said. They got 4 rings. What was it, 6 finals appearances? You can't win forever. But a Steph Curry led team should make the playoffs, so that sucks that Stephen Curry's not in the playoffs. I don't think that it was Klay Thompson's last game as a Warrior. I don't see them breaking up the squad, honestly. I don't see them breaking up. Could you break up a big three that has been through so much? Like, Klay Thompson knows his value. He knows how much money he deserves to be getting. And the question is, will the Warriors GM give him what he needs? Will Klay Thompson take a pay cut? Will Klay Thompson role reduce into being a permanently 6th man and probably starting Brandon Podolsky or probably starting Moses Moody at the 2 guard? The Warriors got a lot of decisions to make this summer with the Chris Paul situation. His contract is a non-guaranteed deal, so they could really waive him, honestly. Waive him because I don't know who would they trade him for. So they can cancel out his contract and look for something else. Or they can reconstruct his contract to a lower deal. But he said he's not retiring. He's coming for year 20. I believe it'll be year 20 for Chris Paul. So we'll see with that. But, it sucks seeing the Warriors lose the other day because me being a big Warriors fan. But, but you got the Kings, bro. Like, I knew it was Keegan Murray's day. no Monk, no Kevin Herter. So I was like, bro, I know, I know Keegan Murray is gonna split hit. I know, but but it's crazy though. Kings kind of have an advantage, even though they're 0-5 versus the Pelicans this year. But no Zion is key, and I wanted a help with Brandon Ingram because I didn't see Brandon Ingram on the court in the fourth quarter that much versus the Lakers when it was close. So I wonder what his health is, or he on minute restrictions. But the East Side, the Philadelphia 76ers had won yesterday. Philadelphia 76ers had won. Jimmy Butler had got hurt in the first quarter. It seems to be an MCL injury, but he played through it. Jimmy Butler's a tough guy, man. He played through that MCL injury, and now they got the Bulls now. The Heat got the Bulls, and Jimmy Butler won't be playing. So it's crazy. Like the two playing games, the two of the star players got hurt, bro. Like imagine if we didn't have a playing tournament. They could have been in the playoffs healthy, bro. Cause they're both 7 and 8 seeds, so they were both guaranteed playoffs, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. That playing, bro. That extra games killed them, bro, with injuries. But let's go back to the 76ers. Embiid looked hurt out there as well. He didn't look full 100%. He didn't look like himself in the first three quarters, but the fourth quarter he stepped up big. He had 11 in the fourth quarter. He made a clutch three to take the lead, and he made a go-ahead assist to Kelly Oubre for the game winner. Well, not a game winner, but like, well, you could say a game. Could you say a game winner, honestly? No, you couldn't call it a game winner, but they had many opportunities. He had many opportunities after that to score, but they did it. They couldn't find a basket. They looked for Hero at the end. Hero took shots, a lot of contested shots, but he didn't get them to go. But we got to talk about Nicholas Batum. Batum 6 threes in that game, like off the bench. Old 35-year-old Nicholas Batum giving the Sixers 6 threes, saving their season is crazy, bro. So you got to give up to Batum. Who else? Tyrese Maxey, he did his thing, 19, I believe. He had 19 or 20 points. 9-10 game, we had Bulls versus Hawks. The Bulls had Kobe White with 42 points. My pick probably for most improved, which the list will come out next week. I believe it will be coming out Sunday, so I will do a predictions for those in the next episode. He had 42 points. DeMar DeRozan had about 22. That game was a 15-point win. It was, well, I wouldn't say lopsided because the Hawks came back to a little bit, but, the game got out of hand at the end. DeJounte Murray had a good game. Trae Young didn't have a good game. He had like 6 turnovers. I saw he had a plus minus of negative 27 in the game. So, but I didn't expect the Hawks to win. Like I said, there are 36 wins. They had no business of being in the playoffs anyways. But, now I want to get into the predictions, though. I want to do predictions for the playoffs since we finally got the teams, even though we don't have the 8th seed already, but I'm still going to do the predictions for the 8th seed. And I'm just going to predict the playing game, and then we're going to do the playoffs. So the 8th seed playing game and then the whole playoffs. For the 8th seed, we have on the East Side, Heat versus Bulls. I feel like the Heat could still win the game without Jimmy Butler just because the Heat culture. Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley got the next man up thing. Last year they had the Martin twin take over in the playoffs. So I feel like he could be the next man. He probably will start. If he's not starting now, he probably will start for Jimmy Butler. And I feel like the Heat got more depth, and they got the experience of the playoffs. So I feel like they will win over Chicago's depth. So I said the Heat will win that game and they will play the Boston Celtics without Jimmy Butler. I still got the Heat winning. The 8-9 game, Pelicans and the Kings. I feel like Pelicans been a better team all year. The Kings, I still don't trust the Kings. The Kings don't play defense. They just caught the Warriors on the off night. Honestly, they caught the Warriors on the off night. And I got the Pelicans playing the Thunder. But I feel like that game's going to be close. Tomorrow, the Pelicans and Kings game. But I feel like Brandon Ingram is going to step up. I feel like he knows the opportunity without Zion playing. He knows he's going to be the guy they look for. I feel like the Pelicans got key defenders, Herb Jones, Trey Murph to defend the Kings guys. So I feel like the Pelicans will win that game. Now we can do the 1 through 8 of the East, Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. It's hard to bet against the Heat, but like the Heat is going to lose. The Heat are going to lose for sure. But I don't know how many games, because I said with Jibby 6, but without Jibby, 5. Without Jimmy 5, I could give them 1 win. Because Boston Celtics don't win close games in my eyes. Like they're like under 500 when it's come to single digit games. So I feel like the Heat will catch them if there's a close game. So I would say Boston in 5 without Jimmy. Boston in 5. 4th seed Cleveland Cavaliers. In the 5th seed Orlando Magic. I said Cleveland in 6. I feel like Donovan Mitchell having experience in the playoffs. He knows as to be a star, you have to win. Like he said, I saw a quote. He said, people judge you by you making the conference finals and the NBA finals, and he hasn't made it yet. So I know his goal is and plus, they got out the first round last year as a 4th seed. So I know Cavs in 6 because of Donovan Mitchell. 3 versus 6, Milwaukee Bucks as a 3rd seed, Indiana Pacers as a 6th seed. That's gonna be tough because Giannis isn't playing game 1 for sure, and Pacers have their number. They won 4 out of the 5 games this year versus the Bucks. So, and those games were out Pascal Siakam's because Siakam got traded during the trade deadline week. So I got Pacers, bro, because I don't know Giannis' situation. I don't know when he's gonna come back. I don't know when he's gonna be available, and they don't play defense, and Indiana Pacers like to run, so they're Pacers in 6. I like Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam, the duo, over Damian Lillard right now by himself, So yeah, I got Pacers in 6. If Giannis doesn't miss game 2 and 3, I don't know, bro. I don't know, because it's hard been like saying to Dame's losing first round, but Dame doesn't have nobody really. Then he really could lose first round. But yeah, 2 versus 7, the Knicks as the 2nd seed and the Philadelphia 76ers as the 7th seed. I like the Sixers, bro. I just like the Sixers, even though Embiid isn't 100% healthy. Tyrese Maxey can hold some fork down. Like, he could get his 20, his 22, 20. And then Embiid can get his. Embiid, he likes to get to the free throw line. He likes to play at his own pace. And the Knicks like to play slow, so that would be good for Embiid because he's not running up and down. So I feel like he could get his for sure. So, and they don't got Julius Randle. I feel like Julius Randle will be a key piece, bro. Like I said earlier, I said Julius Randle, if he was playing, they could easily get to the conference finals. No hesitation. I feel like it. But, But the Knicks, they do got their trio of Villanova players. You know, they've been playing together for a while. You know, OG Anunoby, he hasn't really lost with the Knicks in the starting lineup. So you know, I feel like him playing, it's gonna be a tough series. I feel like Philadelphia could steal that series in 7. That series is going 7 for sure though. I like that series going 7. The West side, we got first seed OKC Thunder with versus the 8th seed. My prediction will be the 8th seed will be the New Orleans Pelicans, just because they're at home too versus the Kings. And I feel like Brandon Ingram's gonna step up because he knows what's at stake without Zion playing. You know he has to be the guy. CJ McCollum's gonna lead them. You know, I trust in the Pelicans, and I believe they could win that game. So I got them win the 8th seed. But I say the Thunder is a young squad, so I feel like they will win that first round series. 6 probably. I say 6 just because they're a young squad. They could lose probably 2 games on the road. Probably lose game 3 on the road. But you know, you think I don't know if they'll lose 2 in a row. I don't know if they'll lose 3 and 4. Win game 4, they'll be up 3-1 going back to the crib, and that's a dub for them. That'll be them at 5. So no Zion. Again, no Zion. So yeah, Thunder and 5. Thunder and 5. I see them losing one of the home road games, but if they up 3-1 going back to the crib, they're winning that game in 5. They're winning that series in 5. 4 of 5, Clippers versus the Mavericks. I love that matchup, bro. I seen Luka. They asked Luka what's the difference between the 2 times they played the Clippers and from this time, and he said they got Kyrie Irving. Now, but the Thunder this time they got James Harden and Westbrook. So it's like 3 players added to this rivalry, bro. So, but third time's the charm. And I got the Mavs in 6. Because we still don't know the health of Kawhi Leonard. You know, we don't know what Kawhi Leonard situation is, if he's playing game 1 or not. So I feel like Mavs are gonna steal one of the games. They're gonna steal game 1 or game 2 at LA. I know that for sure. And Clippers are probably gonna steal one of the games in Dallas, 3 or 4. So I feel like it's going to be 2-2 going into game 5. And then it's, you know, best out of 3. Who won't win? So, but I think Mavericks is going to steal it and win in 6 games. Mavs in 6. 3 versus 6. 3 seed Minnesota Timberwolves. 6 seed Phoenix Suns. I think the Suns are going to win that series. And I say in 5 games. Suns are going to win in 5. Suns are going to win game 1. Probably going to lose game 2. I don't see them sweeping them, even though they won 3-0 in the regular season. But they're going to win game 1, you know, statement game from KD. You know, KD's telling them he's back in the playoffs. And then D-Book is probably going to have an amazing game 2 in game 1. But, yeah, I don't see them sweeping them, but they're gonna win. They're gonna win 5 games. 5. I say 5. 6 to be lucky, but the series isn't going 7 games. Hopefully it's 5. I believe it's gonna be in 5. I believe it's gonna be in 5. We got number 2, Denver Nuggets, and Los Angeles Lakers as a 7th seed. This year, it won't be a sweep. It won't be a sweep. Even though last year I was happy it was a sweep, but this year I don't think it's gonna be a sweep. I think this year. I want to say Nuggets in 6. Let's be realistic. But if it's the Nuggets in 6, that means the Lakers have to take a road game. They have to steal game 1 to game 2. And Denver don't lose at home, bro, in the playoffs. Like last year, they lost 1 game at home, and that was in the finals versus the Heat. So for them to steal a road game, it will go in 6. But if they up 2-0 in LA, If they up 2-0 going to LA, then they win game four, being up 3-1, they're not losing at the crib. Like I said, if the Lakers win a road game, then it could go 6. But if they don't win a road game, it could easily be 5. But because I know LA is getting the home game for sure. They're gonna win the home game. They're not getting swept on their home court again. I just can't see Brown doing that. So yeah, I got Nuggets. Nuggets and I don't know, bro. It got to be Nuggets in 5. Does it really? Unless I gotta say Nuggets in 5. I'm saying Nuggets in 5, bro. I'm saying Nuggets in 5 because LA is gonna win one of the road games, but I don't see Nuggets losing both home games. But if Nuggets lose game one, whew. If Nuggets lose game one, hey, LA stand up. LA, because there's gonna be pressure on the Nuggets if they lose game one. So LA fans go run with that on Twitter if they still game one. So if they still game one. Well, yep, that's my NBA playoffs predictions. That's just round one. We'll do it later on, like the next rounds. We'll do the predictions for the next rounds. But yeah, I like those picks for sure. Uh, let's transition to the WNBA draft. The WNBA draft, it was an exciting draft. I feel like I said last video, it was the deepest class in WNBA's history, and I felt like 2 teams in particular won. Well, 3, of course. Whoever got Caitlin Clark won the draft, but I feel like the Chicago Sky drafting Camila Cardoza from South Carolina. I hope I said her name right, and Angel Reese. So getting Cardoza at number 3 and Angel Reese at 7. That was a W draft. They did their thing. They got 2 college basketball stars. So bringing them to their team that was key. And then LA Sparks drafting at 2 and 4, drafting Cameron Brink and Rakia Jackson. I feel like that was a good turnout for them. So shout out to the ladies and the WNBA draft. I can't wait to watch the season. I feel like this year's going to be an exciting season. I wanted to throw that in real quick just to shout out the girls. Who else? Who else out there? Caitlin Clark going to Indiana. Ticket sales are going up. I already seen ticket sales are going up. And she signed a Nike deal already, having the signature shoes on the way. So shout out to Caitlin Clark. Season starts in May 14th. So that season around the corner for the girls. They don't get no breaks. They're around the corner. But I feel like this year, ticket sales for the WNBA are going to skyrocket. I'm happy for them. I'm really happy to see that. News came out about Jonte Porter. What's his name? Jonte Porter, Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. brother is banned from the NBA for betting on games. That situation is crazy. Betting on games. Like he was in the wrong. You know how I know? Because he was betting on counts that wasn't under his name. Because you can't bet in the NBA under your name. You can't bet on any sport. Like if you're in a professional league, you can't bet on your league. Like you see an example like how Detroit players got suspended, not banned. They got suspended for betting on the campus. Detroit campus. Not really campus, but like training facility, whatever they call it now. Training facility. The Detroit players got suspended for betting on their sports on their practice field in their facility. You can't bet on in facility. So NBA players should have known that. Jonte Porter should have knew that. But for him to bet against his own team losing is crazy. For him to bet on his under and then checking out and saying he was hurt is wild. Like doing that against your own team, that's crazy. What else? And then he made I forgot what was the profit he made, but it was so much. Like DeJounte, that's crazy. Jonte, I keep saying DeJounte. It's Jonte Porter. It's crazy because like your brother. You put in your brother at like not harm, but like they just the media is gonna bug him about the questions about like his brother's situation and stuff like that. And I feel for him, but like to get banned in the NBA is crazy. Like not even suspended, banned. Let's transition though to the Champions League second leg. And like I said, boy, I was wrong with the predictions. I was wrong with them predictions, bro. So I was wrong. Who was I wrong in basketball? I was only wrong for the Warriors prediction in the playing games, but in the Champions League, I was who? Boy, I was wrong. Who played first? We had PSG and Barcelona. I had Barcelona winning. PSG came and beat them. Barcelona had the advantage at first. They scored, they scored Rafinha. He scored from assist from Yami, but then in the around the 30th minute, it was a red card from Barcelona, so it was down to 10-10. If you get a red card, you're kicked out of the game. So they're down to 10 players on the field. So Barcelona had the advantage. Dembele, a former Barcelona player, scored again versus Barcelona at Barcelona too. So that was personal for him. That was personal for him to score in front of his old fans. Because his fans felt like he ain't did nothing for Barcelona. So for him to score twice against Barcelona, it's like shit. So they were down. It was 4-1. That game was 4-1. 4-1. Dembele got fouled in the box as well. It was a dumb contest. It was a clear foul, and Mbappe scored off that. Lewandowski had an opportunity. Actually, Lewandowski had an opportunity to score. It was a 4-on-2 break. I felt like he should have passed it one more time to the person on the side of him, but he decided to shoot himself and he missed it. And then there was an opportunity for PSG to score, and at the last second, there was an opportunity. You know how like the whole team is like didn't get back basically. So it was an advantage for PSG because Barcelona's already down a man. So Barcelona was down a man. Mbappe took advantage of that and he scored the last goal at like the 89th minute to secure the 4-1 dub. It was crazy because I was sick because I didn't want PSG to win at all. But now PSG is moving on to the semifinals. We got Tottenham and versus Atletico Madrid. That game played. Atletico Madrid, I felt like they didn't have the advantage because their crowd, Tottenham crowd was loud. That was like an extra man. That was like an extra man on the field. They were loud. Tottenham scored first. At the 34th minute, scored first. They had the advantage because it was tied 2-2, but they had the fans behind them because it was a home game for Tottenham. Then they scored another one 5 minutes after, so they had an advantage. And then Atletico scored two goals after. They had the 2 goals to tie it back up, but Atletico never had a chance in that game. I felt like because they didn't have no shots at goal as much as Tottenham. Tottenham had like more of everything. They had more shots on target. They had more corners. It was like Tottenham had that game on a roll, so Tottenham ended up winning. And it was crazy because I predicted Barcelona and Atletico to play versus each other as the two Spanish teams, but the two Spanish teams ended up getting out. So the Spanish teams had 3 teams, end up losing 2, so it was down to Real Madrid game. The Real Madrid game versus Man City. That was a great game. That was a great game if you love sports. I mean, not sports. If you love soccer, Real Madrid scored early in the 12th minute, but that was like the only shot on target for the whole game. The 12th minute when they scored was the only shot. They had the advantage the whole game because it was two legs, so they had the first game was 3-3. First game was 3-3, so they scored in the 12th minute of the second leg, so it'd be up 4-3, so they had advantage the whole game. But no shots at target. Like Man City played a great game, like a game that they expect to win because they're at home, and they usually don't lose at home. So they were cruising. Had more corners at a point. They had 14 corners to 0 to Real Madrid 0. More shots on target, more possessions. Like Man City took 33 shots to Real's 8, 9 shots on target to their 3. Possession wise, it was 68 Man City to 32 Real Madrid. So me watching that game, I'm like, okay, they're gonna eventually score because if you're watching the game, you can see how they were attacking. On offense, they were attacking, having shots. But then Kevin De Bruyne, he didn't play the first game. He played amazing the second game. He finally had an opportunity around the 75th minute, and he scored. He scored, and it went up. I mean, they didn't go up, but they leveled the game 1-1. So they ended up going to extra time. They subbed out Haaland. Haaland was a no-show those 2 games. I don't know what's up with Haaland lately. Haven't been showing up, but the extra time, no team scored, so they went to penalty kicks. Penalty kicks. Um, Real Madrid missed the first goal. No, yeah, Madrid missed. Luka Modric, that's crazy. He missed the goal. And then Sylvia missed the goal. Sylvia just kicks it straight ahead. He tried to psych out the goalie. Like he thought the goalie would jump on one side, but the goalie stood his ground, blocked that. And I forgot who else missed it for Man City. They didn't show on here. I just got his name. Yeah, they don't show Man City who missed it. Oh, Mateo. Mateo missed it. So Lucas started off. He missed the goal. Then Alvarez scored his. Bellingham scored his. And then City missed 2 in a row. They missed 2 goals in a row. So after they're missing 2 in a row, Man City had the advantage. At first, since Real Madrid kicked the first and they missed, City had the advantage. But you missed 2 in a row, you obviously lose the advantage. So Antonio Rogner, I'm pretty sure he's a defender. I'm not too familiar with him, but he's a defender. He ends up scoring a game-winning goal. They advance, and now they played the winner of Bayern Munich and Arsenal, and that game was amazing as well. That game, there was no goals until the 63rd minute with an amazing header from Joshua Kimmich in the 63rd minute, I believe. That game, it was mostly dominated by Bayern Munich as well. Bayern Munich had 15 shots to Arsenal's 8. Possession-wise, 52-48. I feel like Arsenal didn't take advantage of the times they had the ball. I feel like Bayern Munich was like dominating the whole game. Bayern Munich had 8 corners to Arsenal's 3. 8 corners to the 3. Saka didn't play as game that I expected him to play. Must win. But Bayern Munich finds a way to win, and now there's 2 German teams left, and 2 England teams are gone. For England to be the best league, they lost both of their teams in the the quarterfinals. So now we got 1 Spanish team, 1 French team, and 2 German teams. I did not expect the 2 German teams. Well, I expected Bayern Munich, but I did not expect Tottenham for real. But I was going for Arsenal to win, just because we're a family. My family loves Arsenal, So I was expecting them to win. But now I feel like Bayern Munich could end up winning. Bayern Munich, hopefully, I don't want PSG to make the finals, but they're probably going to make the finals. They beat Dynamo earlier this season. They played Dynamo, beat them 2-0, then they tied 1-1. But I feel like PSG is going to win. PSG is going to win that side, sadly. But Bayern Munich should. But Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid is going to be a really good game. Honestly, I can't wait for that game. I can't wait for that game. That should have been the finals for real. Whoever Real Madrid plays, that should be the finals because Real Madrid games always are the best. Always. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do a prediction for those when those games happen. Those games don't happen for another 2 weeks. The semifinals, I believe, April 30th. So we'll have a video with those talking about those games. Last thing I want to talk about is less than 100 days to 2024 Olympics in Paris, and USA basketball. They're not playing no games this year. They sent out, everybody's saying they sent out the Avengers. They got Stephen Curry coming, Anthony Edwards, LeBron James, KD, Kawhi. That's five. I named five. Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid was playing both sides. He had 3 teams to choose from his own native Cameroon, France, and USA. I don't know why it was France in it. Like he doesn't have no relations to France. He just speaks French for real. Cameroon, that's his hometown, and USA. He chose USA because he moved to USA, and that's where his kid's from. So he said he wanted to represent his son when he put on the USA jersey. That's what he said. But that's crazy because like the French president of this basketball, he was heated. He was like exposing Embiid, talking about how Embiid committed to the team, and now he backed out. He's dodging. He's ducking smoke. He was talking about how he could have played the 3 because they got Victor Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert. So I can't wait for us to play France. If we end up seeing France, I can't wait to play them because there's gonna be some tension, especially with the president of the basketball team. But we got Joel Embiid. After Joel Embiid, Drew Holiday, Bam Adebayo, Anthony Davis, and Devin Booker. That's our 12-man squad. I like that squad. Honestly, I like that squad. There's been debates of like why Kyrie Irving isn't on that team. I like Kyrie Irving, but I feel like Tyrese Halliburton was a better fit because he's a playmaking guard. He's gonna come in with the second unit and like he's gonna get the stars the ball. Like he knows his role with USA. Like for example, Kyrie coming in with the second unit. Kyrie's a ball dominant. Like he's gonna want to score. Tyrese Halliburton is looking to pass. He averaged the leading league in assists, I believe, with about 10 or 11 assists. And Kyrie Irving, he's not even a point guard. Like he's a point guard, but he's a 2 guard now in the NBA. He's been playing a two guard since he's been on the Nets. Since the Nets, James Harden joined, he's been a 2 guard. So playing with Luka, he's still a 2 guard. So I feel like that took some consideration of why they chose Tyrese Halliburton. They wanted a floor general coming off the bench. But I saw Kyrie Irving said like he missed the old USA days where like they brought 40 people out to Vegas and they had tryouts for the teams. You know how you saw the videos when they used to run ones after practice and stuff like that. And that's true. Like the old USA tradition was way better, but that was under Coach K and Jerry and Chairman Jerry Colangelo. But things are getting run different now. So he takes his L of not being on the team. But I see why people wanted him. But it's gonna be amazing, bro. Seeing KD, Curry, and Bron playing on one team. I don't think we ever saw that besides this year's All-Star game. But man, USA coming. We got some teams that we gotta beat. Teams that's thinking they can beat us. Like Canada. Canada just beat us last year, but not with the team we got now. Germany won the World Cup last year. Lithuania beat us last year. Serbia beat us probably recently. Nigeria beat us recently. Like, it's crazy. Like, a lot of teams have beaten us recently. So we want to go into this tournament and dominate. Dominate, dominate, dominate. But yeah, I feel like the starting five is gonna be crazy. Starting five, we got Curry. At the two, should we start Devin Booker? Or we start off big and put Tatum at the two, then KD at the three, Brown at the four, and Embiid at the five? That'd be nasty if we start Tatum at the two. Just do positionless. I feel like that's what they're gonna do. But Steve Kerr, they got Steve Kerr, Tyronn Lue, and Eric Spoelstra running the team down there in USA. And I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty excited for that. We're gonna be talking about that, about the Olympics, and when that time comes around, less than 100 days. And yeah, and that is it for this episode of Room for Sports podcast. It was probably a quick little episode. Like I said, I'm very excited for the playoffs this weekend. NBA awards are going to be announced on Sunday. So I don't know if I said it earlier in this video. That's going to be in the next episode with the other game reactions, or the game one reactions, probably game two, because we drop every Friday, record Thursday. So it's probably going to be probably game one and two is probably being played by then. There will be no Champions League next week, so we won't be talking about soccer. The NFL draft is next week, so we're probably going to talk about the draft on the episodes of my predictions of what the Lions are going to do, who's the top picks, the top quarterbacks, and stuff like that, wide receivers. And yeah, that should be it. But man, like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn the post notifications on. Follow my Twitter at Daniel Booyah4. Follow Instagram at Daniel.Booyah4. And see you next time.